Okay. Okay. So, I think we have done with some of the, half of the commands. Yeah. And this merge statement we'll discuss little later because it required to understand this magic tables and all. Okay. And there is something called joins concept. Yeah. So once that is done, then we'll discuss about the merge statement. And this is very, very important. So by using this merge, what you can do, see here we are doing insert, update, delete separately, right? But in merge we'll do all everything in a single syntax. Okay, using merge we can do insert, update, delete at a time. Okay, so we'll see this one later. And select, anyway we are using. Print also will use in TSQL part. Okay, not in the SQL part. This will also come later. Yeah. And all these rollback we have seen anyway, and commit also we have seen, but again Ramesh will discuss about the transactions part. Okay, and then he'll tell you all these things. Yeah. And this is a separate concept. This will comes again in TSQL part. Yeah. And when it comes to DCL, okay, so this is not for basically for developers. Okay, this is for the admin guy. Okay, DBA. So this is a separate course actually. Yeah. And yeah, so as I said earlier, so in a one company there will be two administrative will be there who will be controlling, who will be giving access and controlling all the people. Actually these guys will have everything. Okay, all the he's kind of a admin. Okay, so database administrator. Okay, so what he'll be doing is like, if there are 10-20 developers or 5 developers will be there in the organization, let's say DB developers. Okay, so these people will control the access and all. Okay, so there are DCL commands are there, right? For an example, you join in a company and you're working for some client. Okay, so client is giving only select option for you. He's not going to give any create or insert, delete options and all. He'll be giving only select options. So already tables will be exist, and also data will be there in the tables. And what you need to do is you need to simply write queries and get the data and represent finally in the report level. Okay, in such a case only select options will be given to you. Yeah. So what DBA guy will do is he'll be by using this grant command. Okay, so he'll be giving access for us. Okay, for only select query. See, you no need to learn those queries and all. Just you just know about the concept. That's it. Okay, we no need any commands. Okay, so only DBA guy required that. Yeah. So grant means so providing access. Yeah. And revoke means, well, let's say you quit from the organization. Yeah. Now for your username they have to again get back. I mean they have to reverse the access, right? Okay, they need to revoke it. Revoke means whatever access they were provided, so they will get back it again. Okay, for your user. Now when it comes to denied, so see, in case of revoke, right, you cannot able to see the let's say database or objects, tables. Okay, you cannot able to see at all. It will be present in the database level, but they have revoked the permission, right? So you cannot able to see the objects at all. Yeah. When it comes to access denied, right, you can see the databases and you can see the objects, you can see store process, everything you can see. But the only thing is when you try to access here, yeah, when you try to access here, let's say right click on it, and when you open a new query window, right, it will throw an error saying that access denied. Okay, so here you can see the objects but you cannot access. Okay, but in case of revoke you can't see the object at all once they'll remove the permission. Okay, so grant means giving the permission. Yeah. So this will be mainly for the DBA guy. So he'll be giving access based upon the client requirements and all. Okay. So when you go to small scale industries, so most of the case will be having all the access to create, delete, or truncate everything. But if you go to MNC companies and all, right? So there you will not have much permissions and all. Very limited permissions will be having for DB. Okay, that's how it will be, guys. Okay, so even I recently joined in a company and I am working for client and Singapore client. So I do have only select option. Okay, so I cannot create anything. I cannot drop or I cannot delete. If I want to do something, any alteration also, I have to prepare the code. I mean, the syntax, I need to write that alter command and send it to the on-site people so that they will execute. Okay, so it's all depends on the company, project, client, everything. Okay, that's how it will be. Any questions here?
So we don't need to know anything about DCL in detail.
In detail, it's not required.
Okay. Even for interview purpose. No,
I don't think so. In my whole experience, nobody has asked these questions on top of DCL.
Okay.
Okay, this much is enough. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay, fine. And before going to the next concept, we just need to discuss about one more thing. Okay, so we just need to discuss about database schema. Database schemas, very important actually. Okay, database schemas, or people used to call the schemas also. As I mentioned earlier, structure also will be called as a schema. Okay, and that is just a schemas we used to call, but when you say database schemas, it's a bit different. So when you see, when you create any table, in the prefix it has been attached a keyword called DBO. Correct? For every table it will be like that, right?
Yes.
So it's because of it's defaultly given by the SQL Server guys. Okay, so this prefix DBO, it will be defaultly given by the SQL Server. What exactly DBO means? So database object. Okay, so when you create any object, right, so the SQL Server denote it as it's a database object. That's why in the prefix level, so it will be defaultly adding as DBO dot. Okay, we no need to provide this, defaultly it will take it actually. Okay, DBO for every object it will be like that. When you go to any of the database, if you see defaultly it's DBO for all the objects. If it is an object, then it will attach this prefix. Okay, yeah. Now I'll tell you the benefits of this schemas and all. Yeah, so can we create two tables with the same name within a database?
No.
Two table names?
No,
sir. It's not possible, right?
Yeah. Two names or two tables?
Two table names. Two table names.
No, sir.
In a database, it's not possible. Correct? Okay.
By giving a space or any special characters we can.
No, I need to give the exact name without any special characters or numbers. It's not possible.
I don't
correct?
think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So consider that you're working for two clients. Okay. So NEA. Okay, NEA means it's a Singapore project which I'm handling. It's a National Environment Agency. Okay, and there is something called NC is something, National central service, let's say. Okay, so just I'm taking a small example here. Yeah, so this is one of the government agency. Yeah, this is government services actually. Yeah, now these are the two clients I'm handling, and here also some of the employees are working, and here also some of the employees are working. Okay, now we got two clients actually, and I need to work on both the clients. Now my maybe my superior has told that let's design, let's keep both the clients in a single database. Generally in the real time, no, if you're working for two clients, it depends actually. So our superiors will decide whether we'll maintain both the clients in single database or multiple database. It depend it depends on the sizes of the data. Okay, and it depends on our higher authority also. They will decide actually. Okay, most of the cases which I have seen in real time is every client they will maintain in different databases. Okay, so let's assume, okay, we want to maintain both the clients in single database. Okay, now here also we are getting their employee details. Okay, and here also I am getting their employee details, guys. Okay, and both are in single database. Consider like that, both are in single database I am maintaining. Yeah, now my superior also said that, so let's keep the same table names for both the clients in a single database. Let's keep same name for both the clients. Is it possible to keep the table name same name for both the clients in a single database?
No,
It's
No,
not
sir.
possible, correct?
not possible.
Correct. Yeah, so what their intention is, like why they want us to keep the same table means because it's basically employee details. Correct. I don't want to give any underscore one or underscore client name and all, because most of the times nobody will prefer client names for the table names or column names, because it's a security. Okay, because of the security. Okay, so they just need the same table name for both the clients case. Okay, so in such a case what you can do is Microsoft has given one option for us, saying that we can create a schemas case, database schemas. Okay, so defaultly DBO, right? So we can create our own user defined schemas. So create schema, don't write, please listen. Create schema NEA. These are client these are schema, data client name, right? One of the client name. So what I am doing is create schema. This is the syntax, and schema name I'm just giving as a NEA. Okay, not only NEA, you can give anything, no issue. Maybe client one, client two, something like that you can provide. Okay, so now in the similar way, create schema and then NCS. For one client I'm creating one schema, for other client I'm creating one more schema. Yes, so what I will do is, so let's go and create it. If you see, when I'm trying to create two schemas, right, it is showing, when I'm executing two syntaxes, it is throwing an error, guys.
Incorrect
Because
syntax error.
yeah, because there is no syntax error. You cannot execute both at a time when you're creating two schemas. So that's why either you can put go, okay, or you can execute syntax by syntax. Okay, so in this case go will help us. Yeah, because two schemas you cannot create at a time. You have to create one by one, or you can keep go. Okay. Yeah, now if you ask me, sir, where exactly the schemas will store means, so you have to go to the security. Okay, under that schemas you can see DBO will be default schema, and whatever you created, right
The
click and
database name have to change.
oh sorry, I have created in previous batch. Let's create it again. Okay, can you see there are two different has been created, two different schemas has been created. Now what you can do is you can create a table. Let's copy the table name which we created earlier. going forward, I'll design a different tables. Okay, just for showing these different schemas, I'll be using the same table for the time being. Yeah. Let's keep, let's say TBL. TBL means table underscore. Okay. So now I cannot create, if you create like this, you cannot create one more table, right? So what you can do is, before this, if you're not keeping anything, it will take as a default DBO as a schema name. Now let me put this schema name as NEA, so that what we can understand here is, so this table is basically belongs to NEA client. The next table we are going to put NCS, and the client is NCS for that particular table. So now you see, I'm going to create a table with NEA schema, and I'll just copy and paste the same thing with a different.
Vinod, I have a question.
Let me complete, please.
Okay.
Just park it out your questions. Okay, so let me complete. So I'm going to create, with a different schema, but same table name. See, there is no this thing. Yes, there is no difference between the table names. Okay, so for an example, if our superiors will say like, no, we don't want to show a different schemas. I mean, we don't want to show the client names as a different schemas means. So then we have to decide a different schema names. See, now it's a client name, right? So instead of client name, we can put some other names. We can put some shortcut names and all. Okay, see, actually we have taken a shortcut name only, NEA. The original name is like, National Environment Agency kind of thing, right? So that's why I have taken a shortcut. Okay, so people will allow the shortcut, but not the exact, client name. Okay, so this will be possible. If still they'll not accept this, then we have to decide a different name for it. It's our wish. It's not client wish, it's our wish. Sometimes client will specify. If they're not specifying, then we can choose our own name. Okay, some shortcut names we'll prefer actually. Now you see when you go to my database tables, I'm just refreshing it. Can you see same table name but different schemas? Correct. So if you keep a different schema, then it will take the same. If you're not keeping anything, defaultly database will take DBO as a schema guide. That's how it will be. Okay. Now the first purpose of the schema, database schema is, okay, if you want to create two tables with the same name, okay, we can go and create schemas. That is the first option. The another option is, let me show you an example so that you'll get an idea. See, this is one of the database Microsoft has given. I'll give you this database. You can restore it. Okay. So now you can see this, guys. So they had created a schema name called human resources, HR. Okay. Now all the HR related tables, they're keep under this schema. Okay. So tell me what can be the usage when you keep this schema name. If you keep the human resources as a schema name, what is the benefit?
Identified.
Exactly, we can easily identify that. Okay, these are the tables which are related to employees or human HR related tables. Correct.
Correct.
So if you keep DBO, okay, so maybe for us it will take bit time to understand. Okay, this table is belongs to HR, this table is belongs to some sales kind of thing. Correct. That is another advantage case. Okay, so we will categorize the tables. Okay, I mean, we can easily understand the tables, which part of category those tables are belongs to when you keep a different schemas. See, they had put completely human resources. Okay, now when you see here, they're mentioned like person as a schema, and they are defining a different tables. Now these are all related to customers actually. Okay, person means these are all related to customers. Okay, now there is something called production and all. Production is a schema. Okay, so they had mentioned like what are the products, categories, subcategories, and product descriptions, product photos, everything they are mentioning in this schema. And when it comes to something called purchasing means when you go and purchase some products, right? All those information they're maintaining in these schemas. Okay. Now there is something called sales. Okay, so sales means like how many orders you placed, yes, and what are the customers are there, what is the tax rates. Okay, so everything is mentioning in this sales schema. Okay, so they are categorizing all the tables into by creating a different schemas, guys, so that everyone can easily understand this table is belongs to which category, whether it is a sales or healthcare or anything. Okay, it depends, guys. So some projects they will define different schemas and they will keep the tables under that schemas. Some projects they will keep DBO as a schema. Let's say if it is simply healthcare means sometimes they will define DBO, sometimes they will define a different schemas. Maybe for medications they will define different tables, for patient they will define different schemas. And again for providers means doctors, for doctors they will provide a different schemas. For laboratory tables they will define a different schemas and all. Okay, it all depends on project to project, it will vary. And also yeah, our architecture or our superiors will decide that. Okay, so based upon that, as a developer we need to go and create it. Okay, that's the second advantage of the schema. First will be to provide a same table name. Okay, in a database it's not possible, so for that we can go with the different schemas. That's the one of the advantage. The another advantage is we can easily identify if you provide a different schemas for each category. That's the second advantage. And the third advantage of this schema over here is, see, there are different schemas, right? Now we have just discussed about this DCL commands, grand divine revoke. Okay, let's say I joined in a company and where I need to work on HR related tables only, not all the tables but HR related tables. Now consider that there are 100 tables which are belongs to HR related. Okay, there are 100 tables which are belongs to HR related. Okay, now to provide to grant access for each table now, the DBA has guy has to sit and provide access for each table separately. Okay, so it's very difficult, right? 100 tables means at least he has to spend some half an hour time, correct? So instead of that, what he will do, no, he will simply go and provide a access for this a schema. Okay, he'll provide access for human resources. Now whenever he'll provide access for human resources, right, under these human resources, what and all the objects are present, okay, all those objects you can able to access. Understand? So now it's a 1-minute job, correct? Instead of providing access for each and every table, if he'll provide access for that schema, right? So under that schema, what are all the objects present, either tables or views or store process, whatever it is. So you can able to view that objects. That's the another advantage of the schemas, guys. Okay. Now in the real time, when you design a database, first and foremost thing what people used to do is they will define the schemas. Actually, they will decide the schemas, whether it will be a DBO or depends on the categories. We need to go with the different schemas. Okay, these things they will decide. Okay, and they will go and create the schemas first. I mean, we will create the database, and after that, schemas is the next thing. Then tables. Understand? Yeah. Now you can go ahead with your questions.
Still, I'm not clear with schemas. Like, see, whatever if we have created, for example, here NEA.table_employee, and another one is for a different client, NCS.table.employee. So here we are trying to create a tables. But how it is reflecting in schema? What exactly the schema means?
See, the thing is, It's a Axis Bank account details. It's a SBI bank account details. Okay. Both
Okay.
are different clients for us, correct?
Correct.
I don't want to maintain both in a single table, right? In such a case, see, this is also account details. This is also account details. I don't want to maintain a different table for that. I mean, different table means table name should not be different. It should be same actually.
Okay.
Right? In such a case, my database will not allow same data table name, right? Same table name, correct?
Like, see, for example, here in this scenario, table names are not same, right? For a NEA dot table underscore employee and NCS dot tables underscore employee.
You should
Those
not
two are
consider here the schema names.
okay.
We should worry about the table names.
So in that case, it will not allow us to create a table names in general database.
With the same name?
Yeah, like whatever we have created, NCS and okay, table underscore employee.
Yeah, two tables it won't allow, no? Two table names with the same name. It's not possible. I can show you.
Yeah, please.
I'm just removing this. And see, one time I'm creating, it will allow for the first time because defaultly it will take it as a DBO, correct? Now I'll just show you that as well. Now you can see. Now again, if I go and re-execute this, there is already an object with the name in the database.
So here you mean to say NCS or NEA dot is the schema you're trying to say?
Exactly.
So that dot, so earlier we were not able to use that dot special character, right? So instead of space, we generally used to go with underscore. But here
the table name starts with the T only here.
Okay.
This is just a schema which will append as a prefix. Okay.
So prefix this schema name can be anything.
Yes, it can be anything. That's what I have shown you here now. So, but you should create it. DPO is the default one. Even if you keep or not, that's fine. It will take it defaultly. But if it is a different schema, first you need to go and create a schemas like this.
Is it mainly to easily identify the tables?
Yes. Mainly that's the main purpose of the schemas actually.
Depending
not only
on
the same
department.
table. Sorry.
Depending on the department, which were like even HR may have the table with the customer name.
Yes.
And even the sales may have the table with customer name.
Yes.
So every time we can't check whether it is a HR table or
exactly
or the sales table. So if we create the schema with respect to the department, so
we
it
can
will be
easily
stored
identify
under one order,
category.
in alphabetical order.
Correct. So
that's
maybe
that's the main use of schemas.
Yes. Exactly. So maybe you may have a doubt that, sir, can I go ahead like HR underscore customer?
Yes, but before that DBO will be
customer.
But before
so you can
DBO,
go ahead with this. So yeah, obviously the schema will be DBO. Let's say we decided to go ahead with the DBO schema for all the tables, but the table name will be something like this. See, HR underscore customer and sales underscore customer. So this will be also fine, no issues in this. But the thing is, let's say I want you to work on only HR related tables. How will you provide the access? Let's say there are 300 tables on top of this HR. So the DB has to provide for each and every table access separately, no?
So we can provide for that particular library.
I'm sorry?
What you have said, like we can provide the access for that particular library.
Yes. So if it is a different schema, he can provide for that particular schema. So for that entire HR library, so we can able to access easily. It's a 1-minute job. But if you create something like this, HR underscore employee, HR underscore department, something like that with the same DBO schema. So now you cannot provide access using a DBO schema, right? Because other tables also having the same schema only. Correct? So now he has to provide for each table separately, all 300 tables. Okay. So again, guys, it's all depends on the project to project. It will vary. Okay. they may ask in a different ways. They will keep only DBOs, and prefix they will add like a something like this. It's that category underscore the table name. Sometimes they will go with a different schemas, or maybe suffix they will add what department it is. It's all depends actually. Okay. Either way,
these
yeah.
okay, sorry. The thing is like these schemas are like structures. Are these are structures?
It's not a structure. It's kind of a tail. It will add to any object in the database, and just it will be saying like it's a object. It's a database object.
Okay, just
It is removing
Just
the
to
DBO
denote.
and adding the prefix.
Yes, just to denote that object as a database object, it will add that.
okay.
Yeah.
Just to
While
segregate the
insert,
data properly, they just given these kind of
Segregate the tables, not the data actually.
okay, segregate the tables, correct.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, got it.
Next.
while inserting the data, then also you need to give schema
Yes,
names,
that's
right?
the very important point here. Whenever you're using a DBO schema, okay, while inserting, deleting, truncating, it's not necessary to keep the DBO because it's a default one. Okay, but when you're going with a different schema, right, wherever you are doing any operations on top of this, must and should you need to keep that schema name. That is a very important point you need to know. Okay. So if we simply execute without this one, right? Now from which table it will bring the data?
DBO.
Exactly, it will bring the data from DBO. If you want to specifically retrieve data from a specific schema table, then you need to must and should keep that schema name. Okay, not only selecting, while inserting, deleting, in so whatever objects you are using, even alter everything, must and should you need to keep that different schemas, guys. It's mandatory.
Okay.
Understand?
So here, sorry. So here, whatever we have created, NEA and NCS will be pulled from DBO only.
Yes.
Okay, clear now.
Even DBO is a schema, system defined.
Yes, DBO is the default schema, which is defined by the system. Okay, but other schemas are user defined ones. Okay.
So could we create more than two? Two.
You can create a number of no issues actually. I just gave a small example, by taking two schemas, but usually you can create a number of schemas. That's fine. So how many tables we can create with the same table? It depends on how many schemas you created. In future, when we wanted to access data, we should mention schema all the time. Yes, Deepak, that's what I said. Definitely, if it is a different schema, so must and should you have to mention that. It's not a disadvantage actually. Maybe I can say it's a little bit time consuming process while writing the syntaxes and all. How many tables we can create with the same table? I already answered. Let me answer these questions first. DBO is also called as a schema. Actually, schema is grant access for those particular tables. We worked on it. Yes. And while using schemas, whether schemas names will be same or table names will be same. While using schemas, whether schema names will be same or table name will be same. Yeah, schema names will be different. Okay, and table names might or might not same. It depends on the requirement. Okay, if you see in the this here, right, all the table names are different, but they're categorizing the tables by specifying a different schemas like HR, production, sales, and all. And we create the table as, but we just change surname for the table as schema. Yeah, kind of. You can understand in that way. Schema is possible to update or delete. Yeah, I'll come back to that. Sir, can we create a same database name also, or only tables can create by name? See, the schemas, these tables or objects are part of database actually. Okay, a database does not have any schemas, so you cannot create two databases with the same name with the different schemas. It's not possible. So what his question is, so in the similar way, however we created the same tables, right? Is it possible to create two databases with the same name with prefix as some schemas? No, it's not possible. Okay, so you can consider database name is a parent. Okay, your schemas or your tables, everything are kind of a childs actually. Okay, yeah. So your childs you cannot attach to parent. It's not possible. Okay, now let's say if I don't want, let's say we created schemas, tables, everything. Now if I don't want that schemas, what exactly we need to do? Okay, so it's very simple.
Drop.
Drop schema NCES. See, whatever system defined schemas are there, you cannot drop it. Do remember it. Okay, only the user defined one you can drop it. Let's see whether I can able to drop it or not. You can just see. It is saying that cannot drop the schema because it does not exist or you do not have a permission. Okay, it's not NCS, it is NSC, it is NCS. Let's try. Again, it will throw an error because cannot drop NCS because it is being referenced by the table name, this one. So tell me what is the reason here?
Actually, the schema name is ncs.table_employee.
No.
No,
See,
it is being
NCS
used.
is the only the schema here. I'm trying to
The NCS
drop
refers
it.
to the
So
table
it is,
employee.
it's already referring to the table.
Exactly.
Table
So
employee.
this table is depending on this NCS, right? Now,
Correct.
correct. So when there is a dependency, no, you cannot remove that. Okay. So for what you have to do is first you have to remove that dependency. You have to drop that table first. Okay. If there are 100 tables which are depending on this NCS table, okay, the only way is you have to drop all the tables, then only you can drop the this one.
So in that scenario, do we have any
Okay, sorry.
like sorry?
One second, let me drop this one. Okay, now it has been dropped. I'm going to drop this. Now it is dropped because there is no dependency tables here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So in the scenario for in a like a manually created schema, we have 100 tables. In that, so today, if you want to drop that schema, it's a time consumption for deleting that schema because the tables we need to execute.
I'm showing you what are all the possible cases actually. Generally in real time we will not drop any defined user defined schemas in between.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just giving you how to drop it. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Hi Vinod.
Yes.
Like I've created some 10 tables previously, and now after I came to know about schema.
You want to attach this schema to
No,
the
yeah, I've created some now. With schema, I've created some another 10 tables. Even the previous tables are belongs to the schema only. Like schema is sales or schema is HR. For HR, I have created totally 20 tables. First with user system defined schema DBO.
Okay.
And now after I came to know about schemas, I have created with schema name human resource.
Okay.
Now I want the previous one with the DBO schemas to come along with this one, my user defined schema, human resource.
I didn't get the question exactly.
Okay, let me segregate it properly. Like I've created
you want to
10
merge
tables
with
now.
the
Both they are. NCS
Normally,
schema,
I've created like 10 tables, like DBO dot
Okay.
customer details, then
Okay.
DBO dot sales report, DBO dot
Okay, that's
something.
fine.
Okay, now after I came to know about schema, I want to create some more tables. So I will, since it belongs to the HR or sales, I will create my own schema as human resource.
Okay.
After creating human resource schema, I created some 5 tables. So it will come as human resource dot whatever the table name I have given.
No, it won't come. You need to mention that human resource dot table name.
Yeah, that's what I have created new table now, human resource dot table name.
Okay.
5 tables. So it will in my tables it will come in order like human resource dot after creating a schema, the 5 tables will come as human resource dot A, human resource dot B, human resource dot C.
Correct.
Even the previous 5 created tables without the schema, with I have created with DBO, it will be like DBO A, DBO B, DBO C. Now I want this DBO dot A to be human resource dot A.
Okay, so you mean to say already existing table having DBO, but I
Yes.
want to change the schema from DBO to HR.
Yeah, because since it belongs to the same category like human resource or sales or anything, so that everything will be in a single order, so that I can retrieve the data easily.
Simple answer for your question is no. We cannot update the schemas from one to another. Okay, that's what I said before creating any tables and all. We will be defining the schemas first. We will be decide that first. Okay, in the real time
so for
scenario.
which group it belongs to.
Yes. Before itself, we need to go and define that schemas, because the problem is in between you cannot update the schemas. It's not possible at all. Okay.
Okay, so if it is a human resource table, schema of human resource should be created so that we can use it whenever we need it.
Yeah. 1 second, let me try it. Maybe if I can rename, will it? I don't think so. Even if you rename it, it will happen. But let me try for you. Okay. I'm pretty much sure we cannot, but let me see.
So maybe the table is dropped.
No, I think I didn't drop this table.
No, it will come as DBO dot
NEA dot. So the thing is, you cannot change it. See, it's taking DBO as a schema, and again NEA dot this complete thing, it's taking as a one table name.
Okay, yeah, DBO will exist if we have defined with system defined DBO instead of our own schema.
Yes.
So is it like how we use our databases? Like it will be in the master one, we will use our database and write all the data.
Yes.
Similarly, if you want to store within a separate group, we have to create the schema for each group.
Correct.
Like sales or human resource or production of services.
Yes.
And whenever we are creating table with respect to that department, so we can use that schema name.
You need to update the Microsoft. Yeah, update is not possible. That's what I said. Okay. So if any other questions, you can let me know, or I'll give you the notes.
I have one small doubt. Can you scroll up where you have created a table, like a table contents? This one. So this is your like, let it be schema DBO or our own. I've created a table with the table employee, and I've created this one like all the column names like structure. now I want to create table employee 2. Like it is a group of employees for separate department within the company. I have created this table. Everything is there within the system already. Now in the next working day, I want to create another table. But by mistake, I have erased this everything. The EID or employee ID, employee name, and employee address. This everything is gone. But the table is within the system. I've erased this one. Now I'm creating a new table, employee 2. So can I retrieve this one? Like I want everything is same, only the table name is changed.
Can. So the simple answer for your question is right click on it.
Okay.
Right click on the table.
Okay.
Go to script table as.
Okay.
Go to create.
Okay.
New query window. Okay.
Okay. I got everything. I can copy paste this one.
Yeah, you can just simply rename this one and execute it. That's it.
No, this is renaming. I wanted where I have typing. I have typed it as create table employee 2. And below that, I want to enter the details like this one, employee ID, and giving the data type employee
Same
name.
thing
And
now, whatever it is there, everything came. So whatever you want, you can change here. See, you already created a table. You want the same script, right?
Yeah, I just want the same script, but the table name will be table employee 2.
That's what you can put here employee 2 only here and execute it. That's it.
Okay, because it is something like in brackets null.
No, that's how the SQL server will store actually.
Okay, so within the storage, I'm just changing the name. So now
Yes.
it will store it as another table.
Yes, yes.
How to execute this one?
Simply select it and execute. That's it. Okay.
So, no, is it like I have to create again? I have to use select star from that employee 2.
See, before selecting, you have to create it. No.
Yeah, created.
And then you have to create this one and then execute the select if you want to see that table.
Okay.
See, even if you provide like this, so SQL Server, what it will do is it will defaultly make square brackets for all the tables, schemas, and your data types, columns, everything.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sir, please show this process again. Shahul, please go through with the video.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you have changed that NEA like NEA to dbo.NEA.table employees details, right?
That we renamed actually, so that's why it's taking like this.
Yeah, sir. While creating a normal DBO thing, can we able to specify the table name like along with like NCA.table like that?
While renaming?
Not renaming, sir. Like while creating only. Is there any possibilities that by creating the table name, can we able to give like NEA.table name and NCA.table name like that?
Yes, you can provide it. So
yes, sir. Like even then also there will be a differentiation, right, between the two.
You have to provide like this.
Okay, so okay.
So now
what's the difference
NEA your whole table name is NEA.table_employee. For this one, schema is DBO.
DBO. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, the problem is when you mention like this, na. So you have to put the square brackets and you need to mention NEA.table_employee. The complete table name you have to mention. Okay. And people will feel not comfortable with such kind of what you can say, the table names and all. Yeah, the table names and all. Okay, see, they need very simple and understandable.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
So only one thing, while writing schema names, we can use all table names and database. One thing, while writing schema name, and we can use, or Ranjita, I didn't understand your question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
While creating schema, sir.
Correct.
only thing we have to define schemas name, sir.
Correct.
And we can use old database like last week you have created 10 tables, no, sir?
Correct.
For that only we need to create schemas and we can use that tables.
No,
and,
no, it's not like that. It's not like that. Okay. See, for the older tables, whatever you created, right? For that, you cannot append this new schema. It's not possible.
Okay.
This new schema will be help us to add for the upcoming tables, whatever you're going to
Okay.
create in the future, right?
Okay,
For that,
sir.
you can able to add this schema and you can create it.
Okay,
Not for
the
older ones.
Okay. While creating schema means we can use other database or other tables, sir.
See,
not
within the database only, when you
Okay.
create new tables, right?
New tables, okay.
Yeah, for that tables, you can add this prefix as NE as a schema and you can
Okay.
create.
Okay, sir.
For the older tables, it's same
Okay.
like same as your DB only. So you
Okay.
cannot change it. You cannot
Okay.
update the schemas.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can we name like within the same schema, like production dot name 2 times?
No, it's not possible.
Okay. It should be name 1 and name 2 only.
Yes.
Okay.
Same schema name, same table name should not get repeat. Okay, just park your questions. So it's already 1 hour. Write down. Write down, please. Database schema. You can make a side heading.
Sir, what and all you are writing, sir? That one can you share in the PDF?
This one, yes, I can upload it.
If is it possible by today?
Yeah, today only I'll. Okay.
Okay, sir. Entire thing from the day one till here you said me, sir.
Yeah, so it is there in this actually. So I'll show you, but don't execute the same query. So you have to write it, okay?
Sure, sir.
Yeah. So what you can do, first create these 2 schemas and create these tables under that schema. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, whatever I'm showing here, just write down that. Then I'll give you the notes. Which one? 1 second. Huh?
Sir, just to scroll up, sir.
1 second. Yeah.
So the table employee bracket is not needed, no, sir?
It's not needed actually. Just a second, guys. I'm getting one call from the client. You can just write down. Hi. Yeah. Can you share your screen? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I'm not able to share. Say, okay. So can you give me your email address so that I can forward that document? Yeah, because I'm unable to, send the document. I'm, offshore guy, so I could not able to add. Yeah, I'm just attaching it. I just sent it. You got it? Okay. Still not received. Why? Okay. Will it take some time? Yes. Okay. Not team. Can you click on send or receive and no, in the top after the home button? Send receive. Can you click on that? Send receive all of yeah. Let me just resend it again. I just forwarded again. Can you go to the shared folder once again, please? Yeah, okay. In this, can you go to the folder called RPNSD? One more folder is there in this. RPNSD. No, not that one. Under 7 only. Folder number 07 only. Yeah. So here you can able to see that the field. Yes, 1ls. 1 second. Yes, common RP report mapping docs. Yes, in that sheet number 2.13. Yeah. Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah. 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 Yes, I do have. Yes, yes. Sorry, which fields? Huh? Yeah. Yes, all of this, and also see from top to bottom. So there are parameter section, right? Column number B is the field names actually. B21 to till end. All those are column names only. So I need the table names and the original column names. So column E and AF you need to fill and give it to us so that we can start building the report. Yes. Actually, Damien has informed me to connect with one guy. His name is one second. Yeah, Jagadish. So he said he joined newly, and he referred Ashik, and Ashik referred your name. Or not Ashik actually, Kong Jun something. He referred your name. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, is it okay? See, I have tried, check those columns, but there are n number of tables having the same column names. So I didn't. See, I am not a Pega developer actually. I'm a DB and report developer. So that's why they are linking us to one of the Pega developers. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's fine. But will you get some time to spend on this and give me this? That's fine. That's because we are completely depending on this resource actually. So yeah, Andrew. Yes, Andrew Pereira, something, right? Okay, you're working on this, right? Okay, sure. I'll inform to him. Maybe he'll message to you. Okay. Yes. Sure. Okay, sure, definitely. Sure, definitely. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Bye. Hi, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you finished it?
Yes.
Okay. So below that you can make a note and write down the points. Sorry, it was unsure call. So it was suddenly he called me. Yeah. Write down the first point. Write down. When we create any table in database, any object you can write. When we create any object in the database, SQL Server will defaultly add DBO as the schema name. DBO as the database schema name. Maybe you can put it in uppercase, this DBO, and you can put double quotes also. When you create any object in the database, comma, SQL Server will defaultly add DBO as the database schema name. Okay. Right on, next point. If you want to define same table names, if you want to define the same table names or categorize the tables we will go ahead with different schema names. Done.
Yeah.
We will go ahead with different schema names. Okay, next point. If we categorize the tables, with the different schema names, we can easily identify the tables
ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ 2 लाख ಇತ್ತು ನೀನು ಫಾರಿನ್ ಕಿದ್ದ
you can easily identify the tables. Also,
ಏನೋ ಆಗ ಒಟ್ಟು ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ರಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ.
Also, providing access is easy. Also, providing the access for bulk of tables is very easy. Also, providing access for bulk of tables is very easy. Next point. Next point. We cannot update the schema name for existing tables. We cannot update the schema name
Sir, can we change the schema name, like table name, after creating the schema?
Renaming, you mean to say?
Yeah, we have created this NCS dot table employee.
We can rename it.
Well, I want to do it now. NEA dot table employee 2.
You
We
can
can do
rename
that.
it. You can rename it. Done. We cannot update the schema names for existing tables. Next, if you want to remove the, I mean, if you want to drop the schema name, what you have written?
If you
If
want
we
to
want
drop
to
the schema,
We need to first drop the table.
Yeah, if you want to drop the schema name, make sure to remove all the dependency tables. Make sure to remove all the dependent tables. Okay, make sure to remove all the dependency tables. That's the only option.
That is, we will drop the table first, then we will drop the schema also.
Yes, first you need to drop the tables. Okay, so then you have to drop the schemas. That's the only option.
Sir, can we rename the schema?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the only option is you need to drop and recreate the schema.
Okay.
Okay, that's all about the schema, guys. Okay, so going forward, we'll use it whenever it requires. Now we'll go to the next concept called constraints. Very important. Okay, so you can draw this picture. Constraints. There are three different types of constraints which we do have. So one is domain type. Second one will be entity integrity. Third one will be preferential. Integrity. And under domain type, we'll be having three more types. First one is not null. The second one is check. Third one is default. This will be having two things. One is primary key. The second one will be unique key. This will be getting foreign key. Okay, draw this picture, please.
Sir, what about null?
Null, it's a default one. It
So
won't come under again a constraint, because when you create a table, right? So for each column, it's defaultly considered as a nullable column. Okay.
yeah, but the thing is, ultimately it's a constraint, right, sir?
Sorry.
Null is ultimately a constraint itself. Like it might, like since here in like when we are creating some I mean table, like here there it is taking as defaultly, but
Yes, yes.
ultimately null is also a constraint, right?
Sorry. See, the thing is, when you create it, right, the SQL server will defaultly make it as a nullable column, right? So
Yes.
as it is
Yes.
defaultly mentioning it, we won't consider it as a constraint again. Okay.
Yeah, I got it, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
So we won't write it that I mean, so it will take defaultly, so that we won't mention that while
Exactly.
creating.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Let me know once you finish. Finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is the second topic in the, third topic, like data types first, command second, the constraint is the third topic. So, these constraints are nothing but kind of conditions, I can say, or, set of properties. Yeah. So which we are going to apply for the table. Okay. So we know how to create the tables, how to add the columns and dropping everything, right? Now the thing is, we want to go and apply some conditions on top of the table means basically on top of the columns. Okay. So what is meant by these conditions means, see, now if you try to enter any data into your columns, your table, definitely everything is allowing. Okay. Now even if I am trying to insert a duplicate record also, it is allowing, right? So something like that. Now I don't want to allow any unwanted records or any junk records or wrong informations. Okay, I don't want to allow. Okay, so in such a case, what you can do is we can go and write some conditions on top of it. Okay, I'll give you a small example. So one is a duplication, already. So when I'm trying to enter a record called one Andrew something, and the second record also John, but employee ID I'm mentioning it as a one only. So basically it's a duplicate record, right? So if you simply enter that record, so the thing is the SQL server will allow, right? The SQL server will allow, but it's a wrong information, whatever you are providing. Two employees will not have the same employee. So in such scenarios, right? So we will, by using this, constraints and all, we can put a condition saying that if anybody is trying to enter the same employee ID, don't allow it. Okay, that is one scenario. The another scenario is, let's say I'm having a gender column. Okay, and we are keeping care of one. Okay, care of one. So which means the genders will be basically F and M, right? By mistakenly somebody is entering A. Okay, so will it allow or not? Tell me.
Allow.
Yeah.
Oh, allow. It will allow.
It will allow, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
but actually it's wrong, right?
Correct.
According to us, it has to allow only F or M. Correct.
Yes,
So
sir.
if somebody is trying to enter a different character, also my SQL Server column is allowing, but it's wrong, no? So again, there also we can put some condition, right? And let's say I'm storing a credit card information, yeah, and credit card number should be how much usually?
12.
12 or 16 kind of thing.
16 or
Yeah. So now it will be not below or greater. See, it depends on the card actually, but if you take HDFC, it will be kind of 12. If you take some other cards, it will be kind of less number of numbers will be there. But let's consider we are working for a HDFC client, means my credit card number should not exceed 12 or it should not be below 12, correct? And even what about CVV?
Three numbers.
It will be 3 numbers, correct? It should not less, it should not greater. Yeah. And also it should not repeat for each person, no?
Correct.
Correct. So that condition we can put it. Yeah. So yeah, such kind of scenarios actually. Yeah. So before entering the data, we can put some conditions so that the SQL Server will will not allow any kind of junk data into our table. That's where these constraints will come into the picture. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we have called these constraints as conditions or properties, which we are going to apply on top of the table. See, when I say table, it's basically on top of the columns. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go and apply a one constraint, that is we'll go for basically domain type constraints. Under that we'll be having 3 constraints: not null, check, and default. So let's discuss about not null first. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Could you please make a note? I mean, first constraints as a side heading, under that domain type, and below that you can write down not null. Okay. Not null, first constraint. Okay. In this case one, guys, see, actually there are 3 cases which we need to learn. See, this is not a topic actually. This case 1, case 2, case 3, I have defined to explain easily so that people can easily understand. Okay, I define myself case 1, case 2, case 3. Case 1 is, write down, while creating new tables. See, in real time, there will be 3 scenarios for you. Okay. So you may get a chance to create a new tables. Okay. You may get a, can schedule a call now. 1 second now. Okay, sorry. Yeah, there are 3 scenarios in the real time, guys. So in some of the projects you need to create a new tables, means it's a kind of completely development from very scratch. So you need to go and create the tables. In such scenarios, how we can go and apply this not null? That is first scenario. The second scenario is already tables will be exist. I think 5% or 90%. Okay, so you'll be working on existing tables only. It will be already defined. Okay, now if there is already defined tables and if there is no data in it, it's just a plain tables, no data in it. In such a cases, how to apply these constraints we are going to learn. And third case is already exist, tables also exist and data also exist. In such scenarios, how to apply these constraints. These are the scenarios we'll we are going to discuss now. These are very, very important, guys. But if you ask me which are all the cases we'll be working most probably means, I can say, as I said, most of the cases, the tables will be already existing in the real-time databases. Okay, we'll be mostly going with the case 3. Okay, existing tables will be there, and on top of it, if you want to add any table, I mean any constraints, we will go and add it. Okay, but some scenarios will work on case 1, case 2 as well. Okay, so but I want you to learn all 3 cases properly. Yeah, first case is while creating a new tables, what exactly will happen. Yeah, so now what I will do is, I'll bring some tables from the assignments. Okay, let's take this one. And I'll go and keep it over here. Okay, so she has created a hospital management table. Okay, and patient ID, patient name, blood group, all these details, right? Okay, so now this is I'm creating a new table, right? Now defaultly it will take it as a null as a default constraint, correct? Now what is meant by null means, as I mentioned, null is nothing but nothing. Okay, and defaultly SQL Server will be consider all the columns as a nullable columns. So if you are not providing any value for the column, defaultly it will take it as a null. In the future, if you want to update, you can update it. That's what nullable means. Okay, now you tell me, if you go into any hospital, you're going to take an appointment ID, correct? Now, will the appointment ID will be null at any point of time?
No, sir.
No, right? No. For sure, there should be an appointment number, right?
Correct.
At any point of time, it won't be a null value, correct?
Correct.
Yes. So the thing is, I want to make it as not null. What is meant by not null means, if someone is trying to enter a null value, or if you are not providing a appointment ID, right, it will throw an error, because we have mentioned here not null. Not null means apart from null, you can provide anything, it will accept. If you provide
it's
a null,
like mandatory fields, sir.
Sorry,
exactly. It's like mandatory fields.
A kind of mandatory. Exactly. So you're filling the forms and all, right? I used to give the forms to fill your student informations. Okay, and first day I have gave that fee form and all. So there definitely you need to fill something, correct?
Yeah.
So it won't allow otherwise. So there we are putting a mandatory thing. In the similar way, in the database also, we are putting some mandatory things by using these constraints. When you put not null, what it means? It won't allow any null records, even if you insert, or by mistakenly if you're inserting, or maybe intentionally if somebody is trying to insert a null value, it won't accept. Understand?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes. And in the same case, what about patient ID?
That is also a mandatory.
Yes, that is also a mandatory field, right? So I don't want this column should allow any null values, so we'll keep it as a not null. What about patient name?
Null.
It can be null.
Yes. So no, patient name also mandatory, no, for us. Without a patient name, how will you give a treatment to him, right?
Sir, for mandatory words we have to keep not null, sir.
Yes. See, it's not about mandatory here. Okay. So if I definitely need a patient name, okay, if I definitely need a patient name, yeah, so in such a case, we'll keep a not null so that it won't allow any null records.
Okay.
Definitely they should provide something.
Okay.
That's what it means. See, usually it will be kind of a mandatory thing, but it won't show you any, you know, that star symbol and all here. Okay. Yeah. And what about blood group? See, blood groups, usually they'll put it as a optional, right?
Yes.
Means first of all, initially, if you doesn't know, will not fill it, right? And later on, once they do the blood test, they will give us and they will update that blood group, correct?
Yes.
And there can be a chance of null, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Or no? So I'm not going to keep a not null here. It can be null also sometimes. Later on, I'll go and update it. So
can we
it's
type null and keep?
Not required because defaultly it's a nullable column, right?
Okay.
Yeah. What about date of birth?
It may be null.
It may be null. Maybe if the hospital people is definitely required it, we can keep it as a not null also. Okay. Let's keep it as a null only. No issues. Yeah. Because the older old age people may not remember their date of birth and all, right? In such a case, we should go and keep null only. What about email address?
Null.
Null. Because yeah, again, everyone will not have email address. Nowadays, everyone are having, but again, older people will not have. Okay, we'll keep it as a null. Contact number. Let's say I'll make it as
null.
I'll make it as mandatory.
Not null.
And address.
Not
Address
null.
also not null. In not null means it should not be null.
Null.
It should be some address. Okay. Yeah. Gender.
Not null.
Not null.
Should not be okay. And what is it?
Date of admission.
It's
Date
also
of admission. Yeah, we'll keep it as not null.
null.
And consulting doctor. See,
Null.
initially, maybe we can put not null because they will assign a doctor for us, right? Based upon our disease.
correct.
Yeah?
Correct.
Yeah. So that's where this not null will come, guys. So if you see, if you put a not null, we can avoid the junk data, right? Yes or no?
Yes,
sir.
Yes. And if I go and insert, have you, Abhirami, have you inserted the data into the tables?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you do the assignments, no, for me it is very easy. So I can just simply copy paste. The constraints, no, we have to append after the data type, guys. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Hospital underscore management. If I go and execute this, let's see what will happen. Invalid. Okay. I think we haven't created a table. I'm taking, oh no, it's already hospital management. Okay. The table name is wrong. Correct. N is missing there in management.
Instead of
here, N is missing. Yeah, we can able to change in the insert also. Here it is only one place, there multiple places. See, if I go and execute, in conversion failed when converting varchar value of Abhiram data type int. What is this? I think she has missed the patient ID. Correct?
no,
Yes,
sir.
Abhirami.
She has provided appointment ID, but the patient ID is missed. Right?
Yes, sir.
So that's why it is taking Abhirami as a name to patient ID. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So your assignment is wrong, Abhirami. It's not wrong, it's a mistake.
Missing.
So patient ID, see, the thing is you can enter the values at a time in the SQL Server queries. I can show you how it will be. You place the cursor here. Okay. If you have multiple statements like this, can you please mute?
Sir, we have created an extra column like appointment.
Okay. I do understand. So see, when you have multiple queries like this, at a time you can enter the values, guys. Okay, I can show you how it is. Just place the cursor here. Okay, and Shift Alt down arrow mark. So it will get select all the values. Okay, now you can type at a time like this. Okay, and put comma. But all the patient IDs will not be same, no? So I'll just put it as 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and 1005. Shortcut is first you have to enter something like this. I'll show you once again. You can just put something 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and go top or bottom or Shift Alt down arrow mark. You have to press at a time so that you can write queries at a time. Select star from something. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to write the shortcut?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, first go to either top or bottom, Shift plus Alt plus up arrow mark or down arrow mark, and then type at a time. Okay. Maybe people are thinking if you have tell this shortcut earlier, we used to write the queries in a faster way. Right?
Exactly, sir.
That's why I didn't tell that time. I know. Okay. Shift plus Alt plus down arrow mark or up arrow. Okay. Yes.
While inserting the data, I have lightly modified the table, sir. While entering the values, I have lightly modified the data. There I'm having only patient ID, and also I included date of admission time also.
Okay.
So copy the full experience, full create table, and that's it. Then it will match because I included two fields.
No, your voice is bit breaking in between.
While entering the data, I have modified the columns a little bit. I modified the columns.
Oh, is it? Okay. That's fine. No issues. That's not an issue. Let's try to enter. If there is any changes, I'll just modify. Let's see. Column name, number of supplied values doesn't match. Okay. Let's say patient name, blood group, date of birth, this email address, and then this one, and address, gender, and gender. This is the date of joining. Okay, there is something called timing here, which is not there. Okay, I'll just remove these timings anyway.
Time I have included.
Okay, let's execute this. Okay, one row is inserted, right? Let's try second one. I'm going to put a null value, maybe by mistakenly or intentionally, that's fine. If I go and execute this, can you see this? Cannot insert the null value into the column appointment ID table. It is showing which database, what schema, what table, and it is showing the main reason column does not allow a null records. So in this way, we can avoid the junk data, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So what happens for the name? We will not enter any alphabets. Only we will enter this like the quotation marks.
It will accept because that's a character, no?
Okay.
Yeah.
So for number, if we do the same.
For number, it won't allow this. This is a character, right?
Yes.
It will throw an error.
Actually, here Abhirami.m, is it going to allow?
Abhirami.m?
Yeah.
It will where?
Dot in her dot is there, right?
It will allow, no?
It is within quotation mark.
Within the quotation mark, if you put anything, it will allow in the string. It's not a character. It's not about character, integer, or a special character. Everything will allow. If you see the email address, it contains everything. But it
So
should
no
be
need to
in
put a
quotes.
square brackets for this kind of
The
scenario.
square brackets only for the table names, database names, and the column names. For data and all, you just put it in single quotes. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. On the day of discussion, we had an issue like inside the quotes while giving an varchar. If you make use of the one code, for example, some company's name is called like if along with apostrophe s will come, right?
I already said the solution for it. You just need to put double times so that it will come as a one single.
Sorry, sir. Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I already discussed this with the people.
Okay.
We need a single quote. Let's say Abhirams. Okay, Abhiramis means so it will be kind of double single quotes and yes, so that here one quote will come. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So like that, even if you mention the column list and if you miss any columns which are not null, right, it will throw an error because it won't allow null and it's a mandatory column. You should provide something into it. Okay.
Okay.
That's the behavior of this not null. Understand?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you please write down this? What I will do is, to make it very simple, I'll just take few columns. Write down up to this. Because it will take a lot of time to write now. I'll give you one success and one failure row. Is it fine?
Yeah, it's good. Sounds good.
Okay. So I'll make it here null and this will fail because appointment
There cancel member date of birth, sir, I think.
1 second.
After bed group member data.
Also not required. So yeah, see when you put one more time null here, it will show you this column value as a null only. It will show you, it won't show you all the columns errors. Okay. Understand? Because it is inserting this value first. Here itself it is failing, right? This error it will throw. If you correct this one, then it will show you next column error. Like that it will be. Okay.
Vinod, I have one query. So can you come to the bottom error message?
Okay.
No, error. So here, generally we check line number at line 92 from the end of that query. What does that message 515, level 16 and state 2 says?
See, these are all kind of default numbers for this particular error. Okay. So this is not help us actually. So it will be help us help to the Microsoft team who is developing this SQL server. Okay. So there is a team called Tiger team. So in Microsoft who used to develop this application, this complete SQL server. Okay. For them, these levels, state, those things will be help us. Okay. For us, line number is enough. So which line number that error came across so that we can go and fix it.
Okay. Fine.
Finished. Okay, tomorrow we'll see the next cases. Okay. Is it finished?
Not yet.
See, tomorrow onwards, I'll do one thing, guys. Okay, I'll be giving last 10 minutes for the questions. If at all any the topic related things. Okay, if it is very small questions, please ask me in between. Otherwise, if it is very lengthy questions, please park it out and we can have the discussions at the end of the session. Because the problem is, I know people are getting irritation. Okay, so if you keep on asking, the subject won't go further. Right, it's keep on delaying. Yeah, please park your questions at the end of the session, so definitely I can explain. So if you are stuck in between, maybe the concept related things, you can ask me. That's not an issue. If you didn't understand something, I can explain to you. But if it is kind of lengthy questions and all, please ask in the end of the session. With that way, right, everyone will be in the attention, and they can also concentrate easily. So the point over here is it will navigate into some other things. Okay. Yeah. I hope this will be fine for everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Whatever idea I give.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll discuss the remaining cases and then remaining constraints tomorrow. Okay, so see, this is very, very, very important, guys. Okay, so whatever constraints I have defined here now, so these are it's not a basics. Actually, basics are already done, but these are very, very important for your interview point of view. Even when you're working in real time, these are very, very important actually. Okay, I want you to everyone come to the live classes and listen properly. And I can see only 25 people in the group discussions. I really don't know why people are not joining. If you're really working, yeah, night shifts means I can understand. But those who are not working, please utilize those sessions. Okay, see, at last you will only feel bad if you're not attending now. Okay.
We know, like, is yesterday happened the session?
Yes.
Okay, like, sorry.
I just joined to explain some questions, 1 or 2 questions, just 5-10 minutes. Because evening time, I'll be having this office work, and also that's why I couldn't able to join. I'll just make available myself and then join in the evening times, because I can try to answer most of the queries out there.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Yes.
My internet connection is failed, sir. Once again, explain about the success fail apartment. This statement, sir.
See, it's very simple. Okay. So here it is not null, right?
Okay, sir.
So when you put all the values as non-null values, it will allow.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but if you put a null value for appointment ID, here I'm mentioning not null, right?
Yes.
So it won't allow and it will fail this record.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm good. So you can just practice these things, and tomorrow we'll have a discussion about the remaining.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Sir.
Yes. Yes.
Sir,